Hi, my name is Natalia. I'm 23 years old. I'm from Framingham, Massachusetts, a suburb of Boston, and I just graduated from Framingham State University with a degree in fashion design. So a little about myself. I was born in Colombia. I came to the U.S. when I was 7 years old, and I grew up in Framingham. I'm also married. I've been married for 5 years to the love of my life, and he's Brazilian. So I consider myself a melting pot of cultures because I grew up in a Colombian family in the U.S. and growing up in Framingham too. Framingham's very diverse. So I'm very different. I always felt like I didn't belong, but growing up I realized that I always wanted to stand out, and I always used fashion to do that. I would always custom design my clothes. I would cut them and like upcycle them and sew them so they would fit my body better. I didn't realize I wanted to be a fashion designer until I was in college, and I just decided to take 2 fashion classes to see if I liked it, and I loved it, and I fell in love, and I was like, oh my god, I know this is what I'm meant to do for the rest of my life. Although my design career has been short, I just graduated from college, but while I was in college, I did a few fashion shows. I did a fashion show for a couple local colleges. I did my college fashion show, and my most recent achievement was my feature with Raw Artist Boston, and I was also featured on a magazine called Obscure magazine with my designs. I had like a whole spread in it. Also done tons of collaborations with local photographers and local artists. I've done a lot of photo shoots using my designs, and I've also dabbled a little bit in modeling, but I realized that my passion is designing and I just want to be behind the scenes. Another one of my accomplishments is my online shop, www.nataliajmag.com. That, along with my blog, are 2 of my accomplishments. I've been fashion blogging for about 3 years. I carved a little space for myself in the interweb. So ever since I started designing, people in my life would always be like, oh my god, you should go to Project Runway, and I always felt like I wasn't ready. So I feel like right now is the right time for me to apply for Project Runway. And I've waited this long because I feel like now I have enough to show you guys, for you to see that I'm worthy of being on the show. I love fashion, but I also love the earth. And therefore, my long-term goal is to create an eco-friendly fashion company. When I was ready to graduate, I realized that I want to come into the fashion industry, and I want to be part of the solution. I don't want to be part of the problem. I want to go into the fashion industry with a company that's good for the earth. So a company that uses zero waste design, which I learned in college, and I've created pieces that are zero waste, like this piece is zero waste. And also using fabrics that are eco-friendly, which are really expensive, so that's where winning Project Runway comes in. I would use the money that I will get to create my eco-friendly fashion company, because right now green technologies and eco-friendly fabrics are very expensive and hard to find. So I would want to actually have like a horizontal business where I create my fabrics in-house and create the garments in-house as well. And that's how Project Runway can help me achieve this goal. I definitely draw all of my inspiration from the people around me, from nature. Especially I love getting inspired by music and just different music cultures, like the EDM culture. And I also draw inspiration from the future. So a lot of people always, when they look at my designs, they always say, oh, it's very futuristic. And I like that because I always think when I'm designing, like, are people 5 years from now gonna like this? Are people 10 years from now gonna like this? And I always think, like, I try to imagine, like, what is someone going to be wearing in the future? And I go from there. I want my pieces to be futuristic, but I also want them to be relatable. I want people to want to wear my designs. My designs are like high fashion meets streetwear, because I also love sportswear, and I draw a lot of inspiration from sportswear and menswear. I hope you guys liked my video, and I hope you choose me, because I really want to be on Project Runway, and I promise you will not regret it. I will bring tons of value and entertainment, and I will make the show even better than it already is.